our reaction to Yacht Rock Documentary. Grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's go back. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Gen X Unfiltered, the podcast.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Steve, Eric, happy 2025.
Yes.
Whoa, our first podcast back in the new year.
I know, we had a nice little break there.
Well, we intentionally took a 1 week break, and then, time got away from us, and it turned into a 2 week break.
That's right, which technically has been like probably 3 weeks since we put something up, I think.
Probably.
That's okay. It's the new year, new us.
Yeah, we had a nice long break. Hopefully everyone enjoyed their happy holidays, Merry Christmas,
Yeah.
Happy
All that
New
good
Year,
stuff,
all that
yeah.
fun stuff,
It was nice for you guys to be able to have like 2 weeks of just actually not, like, of actually, having time off from work and not having to edit and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know, I feel out of practice here.
I know, it feels all weird. Nothing feels right anymore.
Can we just quickly talk about, before we get into it, the holiday bloatiness that we all have? Well, I have going on right now.
Oh,
I'm not stepping on a scale anytime soon.
No.
I mean, putting on work pants in a couple of days is going to sting.
Oh, these jeans are not feeling very comfortable. Down like Eric wore jogging pants.
I'm full on joggers.
But you know what? I feel like that is a good sign of a good holiday.
Absolutely. I ate way too much, drank way too much, and it was great.
Exactly. You know what? It's December. I don't want to worry about it. I just want to enjoy, and I'll worry about it in the new year. And, well, the new year's here, so here we are.
Whatever.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Like we said in the title, we watched the Yacht Rock documentary. Was it on Netflix?
No, it was on
HBO.
HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Or Crave up here in Canada.
Oh, this is right up Steve and Eric's alley. I have some cheat notes here for myself because I don't have all the information in my brain like they do.
Yeah. Even I'm using cheat notes because, some of the major players, I don't know their names. I can't remember their names.
Yeah.
So basically, Yacht Rock, the simple synopsis is it explores the origins of smooth rock, the creative drama behind the genre, and its iconic players.
That's right. Yeah, I hadn't really heard of yacht rock. Like, obviously, I knew the music, but the actual term yacht rock, I had never heard until it popped up on like Sirius XM or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. A couple of years ago, I know all these bands. I've heard the songs before, but never heard them had a subgenre called yacht rock.
Yeah, no, I had never ever heard of it. But
well, here's the thing: it says the term yacht rock did not exist contemporaneously with the music the term describes, which was produced from 1975 to 1984. It refers to adult-oriented rock or West Coast sound, which became identified with rock yacht in 2005. Okay. It said, stereotypical owner enjoying smooth music while sailing. Sorry, the printout skipped some words, but that's fine. That was it.
No, and that's basically what this whole documentary is about. Is that it's all like this, for us, like Gen Xers, this was like the cheesy soft rock music that our parents kind of listened to, and you hear everywhere, like doctor's offices and stuff like that.
Well, it's like rock, but like you don't want to like headbang and like throw back beer. Well, but it's like
it's like the soft rock. Yeah,
exactly. I think they described it on the documentary as soft rock with jazz chords.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the actual yacht rock term kind of came out of, and they kind of touched on it was like a very, very early like YouTube skit.
Yeah.
That came up by a bunch of comedians making fun of these musicians and how they kind of came up with this music and stuff, and that's where yacht rock kind of came from.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it wasn't making fun of.
I feel like it
was celebrated,
satire.
but kind of tongue in cheek. Like they're making fun of it. They actually like the music.
Yeah, but the music is like, whether you like it or not, it is uber cheesy.
Oh, totally. It's
and
a total vibe. Like it's and that's sort of someone in the documentary said that you can't really describe yacht rock, but when you hear it, you know it.
Exactly. Because there's lots of soft like rock bands from that same era that don't fit in the category of yacht rock, and the documentary touched on this as well, right?
Yeah.
Like the Eagles are like not a hard band,
but they're not yacht rock.
But they're not yacht rock.
No, and that's
exactly.
They're like more like a country rock.
Exactly. That was the difference. Like, it's like, well, why aren't the Eagles yacht rock? They're from that era, but it's like, well, hold on. They're like you just said, country rock, not jazz rock.
Here, let me read. My little cheat notes have broken down each scene, so I'll read the little synopsis and then we can talk about it.
Sure.
So it kind of gives us a lead in, and so our thoughts aren't all cray-cray.
Yeah.
So what is yacht rock? The series opens with a narrator setting the tone for what yacht rock is, a music genre defined by smooth, breezy vibes. From the late 70s to the early 80s, artists like Michael McDonald, Kenny Loggins, and Steely Dan are at the forefront. This documentary immediately introduces its humorous tone, blending parody with music history.
Yeah, it was a good documentary because that's the thing. It was the guys who produced it were some of the guys that created the skits back in it was 2005, I think it was on YouTube, they said.
Yeah.
So they're fans of the music, but they're also comedians. So it's not a very heavy, serious documentary. They do a good job, and they talk to a lot of people. But, they're just kind of fans having fun with it.
But I think the biggest thing you said at the beginning was you guys are the music buffs. I like songs, but I'm not all into the music. But as soon as you said yacht rock is a vibe and you don't really know it till you're listening to it, there's really no other way to describe it other than that.
Yeah, you can reckon it with the keyboards and sort of the way the keyboards and the chords they play, and with a little bit of a bass to it, and it's very soft and mellow and smooth.
Yeah, but cheesy.
It's very cheesy.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of themes that run through yacht rock that are constant.
Yeah.
A lot of guys talking about their feelings and.
Guys didn't do that in the 70s.
Well, I know that's one of the yacht rock keys to it.
And that's one of the points they talk about, exactly that. And it's not about picking up chicks and getting laid. It's about
or partying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about guys who are the girls that broke up with them, or they they got away, and the one that got away.
So they were the Celine Dion's of rock.
Well, kind of the the original emo music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very heartfelt and all about guys and their feels.
Guys dealing with emotions.
Yeah.
But guys get super uncomfortable with that.
That's true, especially in the 70s.
They do it through music, because then they can be it's just a song I wrote.
Yeah,
that's right.
So these guys are sort of trailblazers in a way.
Yeah.
Can I ask one question before we move on?
Sure.
I know the name Kenny Loggins, but what song does he sing?
Oh my God, he sings so many songs.
Well, his big one,
Footloose.
Well,
he's the Footloose, but that's not yacht rock.
No,
is it?
No, and that's the whole thing. Is these guys?
It's specific songs.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's almost a time period, because that was kind of after the yacht rock phase was over, and he kind of got into more even he was kind of more pop rock.
But what's a yacht rock song he did?
Well, Kenny Loggins is an interesting example on the documentary, because they said Kenny Loggins puts an album out. He's got 12 songs in an album. Maybe 3 are yacht rock.
Yeah, so it's not he was all.
He's versatile.
Exactly.
But what's a yacht rock Kenny Loggins song? Would I know one?
No, he did that. I'm trying to think. He did he did his duet with Michael McDonald there. That was the big one. I can't remember the name of it. I can see Eric scrolling through all of him.
What a Fool Believes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it was two guys doing a duet in the 70s and 80s?
Well, because they were both huge yacht rock singers.
And that was a huge song, What a Fool Believes.
Wait, it talks about it in the next scene.
Yeah.
The first episode dives into the legendary partnership of Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald. It dramatizes the creation of What a Fool Believes with exaggerated personalities. Kenny, a wide-eyed dreamer, and Michael, a soulful perfectionist, are shown clashing and ultimately creating
I got
magic.
a quiz question for you.
Okay, hold on. I just had to say one last word.
Okay, sorry.
Ultimately creating magic.
Whoa,
That's
magic.
right, yeah.
Okay, so before Loggins teamed up with Michael McDonald, do you know who he broke up with? Who Loggins' first pairing was?
I don't even know who Michael McDonald is.
Messina.
Loggins and Messina.
Loggins and Messina. They were a super duo. And
they were a super duo in the early 70s.
And then he dropped Messina like a bad habit and hooked up with Michael McDonald.
But what is Michael? Did Michael McDonald have his own songs or just the duet?
He had his own songs. He was the Doobie Brothers as well.
Yeah, he's got you hear his voice and he's got a super distinctive voice.
Would I recognize one of his songs?
Oh, for God's sakes!
Oh
yes.
yeah. I mean, I'm not even trying to sing anything for you, but you would 100% recognize his voice. I mean, you should, since you watched a documentary with us and you were paying attention the entire time, not watching TikTok on your phone, right?
Well, I know, but even still, if I was paying attention fully for the whole entire time. I'm just terrible at putting artists to the names of songs.
No, you would 100%
I know songs.
recognize his voice. Yes,
I know Footloose, but I didn't Kenny Loggins.
Yeah,
I was
no, you would 100%. Well, I mean, and they kind of touched on that later, in the 90s. But you listen to Warren G, Regulators.
Oh, I love that.
The sample for that is Michael McDonald.
They stole it from him?
No, it's a sample.
It's a sample. It's a sample from I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Don't love anymore. Michael McDonald song.
Would Michael Bolton be yacht rock, or he's more?
No, not at all.
He's too
He's straight up soft rock. There's no jazz in Michael Bolton.
I really want to listen to him though. What about? There must be a jazzy Michael Bolton song out there.
No, impossible.
I mean,
is Rod Stewart yacht rock?
Hell no.
Oh, okay. Maybe I need to hear.
He's adult contemporary.
Yeah, I mean, if we could play the music without getting copyright strikes, it'd be a lot easier to try and have this conversation about who they are and what songs they sing.
I'm just asking questions.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Yeah, but it's 100% a vibe. And maybe when we had to stop, our camera shuts off after half an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe when we hit that break, we'll play a couple of songs for Kelly again so she can refresh herself and.
Yeah.
You will 100% know them when you hear them.
I'm sure I do, but again, it's just one of the things. I just don't pay attention to like artists who sings what.
Yeah.
Ask me a Backstreet Boy, Maroon 5 song, Bon Jovi song, Aerosmith, I'm good. But anything else, I'm just like,
None of them are Yacht Rock, just to be clear.
No.
I know.
So that was scene 2, I guess, right? It was Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald connecting for
Yes.
What a Fool Believes.
And they ultimately created magic.
Yeah.
That's a magical song. It is. If anyone hasn't heard What a Fool Believes, go listen to it right now.
Can you play that for me when we have to break?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I would know that song.
Yeah.
I'm sure you would.
It's got those jazzy keyboards, the high harmonies.
I have a question.
Unforgettable song.
This may be a little bit risque.
Yeah.
But okay, so like yacht rock music, would it be like Michael Bolton would be like, you know, you want romantic time with your partner music? Would yacht rock classify as romantic time with your partner? Is it more like chill party vibes?
I'm gonna say a couple of Gen Xers may have been conceived to yacht rock. I think it's possible.
Oh yeah, no, I would 100% say it's. No, it's very smooth.
It's very smooth, exactly.
But
like a good scotch or something. It's so smooth.
and like the jazz, like you could go to the rhythm of the music.
Yeah, you got that funky little bass line in there.
I don't want to really think about our parents thrusting to the rhythm of yacht rock.
No, my mom's.
Is that what you meant?
My mom's was Rod Stewart. No, of course, Eric, that's not what I meant. You're so gross.
Ugh.
I was going to say, just count $9 back from your birthday. and see what the number one song was that month, and it's maybe potentially what time of year it is.
I don't think my dad was much of a yacht rock guy. He was more of like a.
Your dad seems like he'd be like a. Yeah, can't picture your dad.
He wasn't like a yacht rock. Like my dad.
I think your dad was screwed to REO Speedwagon.
Yeah, like my dad didn't have like a mullet or anything like that. He was more of the like.
He was just a down and dirty rocker.
Yeah.
I feel like Eric's dad would have been a yacht rocker, maybe.
No way, Walter Ostanak.
What's that?
The Polka King.
Oh shit! That was really. Oh my god, you were conceived of polka music.
I don't know that.
Oh no!
My dad played the accordion, but I hopefully that wasn't the case.
Well, I mean, I don't know what Steve's dad.
I'm waiting for Steve to make an organ joke.
Yeah.
I can't picture your dad's vibe.
I don't know.
I feel like he was like Beatles, but that's not like.
Well, no, but they definitely had Beatles and Elvis and stuff. I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes I disappoint. Like, you ever listen to Pink Floyd back in the day? It's like, no. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, your dad was kind of like said with niceness, because you know how I love. But I think your dad was a little nerdy.
A little bit, yeah.
Which is, I love nerds, but I'm just saying.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
That wouldn't surprise me to listen to like some of that stuff. Maybe some Steely Dan, the Doobie Brothers.
Maybe like some spoken word albums like Leonard Nimoy and.
Can we all just circle?
He does like Leonard Cohen.
Can we all just circle back to the fact that Eric's dad music was polka?
Yeah, how do we not play the accordion?
Your dad played the accordion?
My dad he still does play the accordion.
Like, often?
Not often.
Oh my gosh, why has he never played the accordion?
In his youth, he played it more, I think. Sorry?
I want to go to your house, and we went to your house and we asked your dad to play it, would he like gladly pull it out?
Well, the accordion.
The accordion.
And there's the joke.
The accordion.
There's the joke.
I feel like your dad would love that.
He might. I don't know. Oh my god. I don't know. I remember him playing Roll of the Barrel a lot when I was a kid.
Like, Eric, we didn't grow up with polka music.
He would go in his room and close the door, pull out his accordion, and start playing.
As you would if you're playing the accordion.
Roll the Barrel. I think that was something my mom made him do. It was like a rule of their marriage. If you're gonna play the accordion, close the door.
Yeah, go do it by yourself.
Oh my gosh, Eric, can you have your parents invite us over for dinner? Because I'm gonna ask him.
Oh, for sure.
Why did I have no idea your dad played the accordion?
I don't know.
I don't know how you didn't know that.
Did you know that?
100%. This is not the first time we've heard that.
I haven't. This is not like some sort of deep dark secret. No, Steve knows.
Yeah, no, 100%. Eric's talked about this before.
I mean, maybe, but
maybe on this podcast, but.
Like Kelly watching documentaries.
Yeah.
Her listening skills aren't always there.
I have a short attention span, okay?
Yeah.
All right, are we going to scene 3 now?
Yeah.
Let's do it, yeah.
Okay. The narrative shifts to Donald Fagen and Walter Becker of Steely Dan, portrayed as pretentious jazz rock snobs. While their sound overlaps with yacht rock, they openly disdain the genre. Their rivalry with the smooth rockers become a reoccurring gag. Can I just point out, for full disclosure, our little cheat notes are made with a little help of chat, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's why they have some like funny sentences.
Well, they're trying to make it.
They make it a little like flary.
Yeah. Well, trying to find a good synopsis of this documentary
This takes 3 minutes.
Was not that easy to find.
I have no shame in using ChatGPT.
Well, it's easier. I mean, it's what everyone does now.
But I'm just saying that's why like there's some like funny sentences.
Well, it's trying to keep it light and airy.
Rivalry.
Kelly's delivery is spot on. Obviously.
Shut up. Whatever. Anyway, I don't know who Donald Fagen is.
Well, they were the Steely Dan boys.
Yeah.
And because that's the thing again, like we were.
But they don't like the genre.
Well, they thought
not Fagan.
They didn't like the name Yacht Rock.
Yeah,
I think they thought it was made as a joke, right?
Yeah.
It was again. You watch those YouTube videos; they're making fun of all these guys.
Yeah,
they're all fans of the music, but they're all making fun of them.
Yeah.
So these guys didn't find it funny at all.
No.
So
are they the Andrew McCartney of the Brat Pack?
I guess maybe I don't know. No,
I really don't
these
think
guys are
I-
just like. Yeah, they were just like
I know, I'm
they didn't
teasing.
appreciate it at all.
No, they didn't want to be part of the joke. They took offense to
But
it.
it's
well, 'cause
huge.
we
Join it.
Hey,
Embrace
you
it.
you had Michael McDonald, Kenny Loggins, all these guys on the document except for Steely Dan.
Oh, see, that's
Yeah.
just sad.
He showed up at the very end. Remember when the director called and was like, "Hey, I'm doing a documentary about yacht rock," and he's like, and Donald Fagan's like, "What genre are you doing about again?" He's like, "Oh, it's about yacht rock." He's like, "Oh, how about you go fuck yourself?" And then hung up.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he was pissed off.
Oh, come on. Oh,
Yeah.
he is the Andrew
Yeah,
McCarthy.
no. So he was.
Get over it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
literally get over it. What can you do? Like, look, is it one of those things where, like, I get it. You may not appreciate or think people are making fun of your art and what all that kind of stuff.
And
But at the same time, it's making people listen to your
Well,
stuff.
and
like,
exactly, it's introducing
breathing
a whole
new life into it.
especially now because like we sort of as you go through, but like in like the late '90s, like you had like Warren G and Nate Dogg like Regulate. That was a huge song.
Yeah.
Which sample and because those guys, like us, they grew up with that music.
I hope that the Yacht Rock radio station doesn't play any of their stuff.
No, I'm sure they do. No, but I'm just saying that. But now you're
You can't
introducing,
ignore Steely Dan.
but now it's introducing another generation to this
Right.
music. So
Well,
for these guys,
yeah.
it's great. And
Yeah.
most
Well,
of them on
then
the documentary were like, yeah, we know they were kind of making fun of us,
But,
but
like, who
whatever. Like
cares?
they didn't really care.
It's not
Yeah.
like I feel like it's not like a mean everybody boycott them. It's like a funny tongue in cheek.
These
like,
guys, like it was clearly like the comedians that made the documentary, this series original on YouTube. They clearly enjoyed the music. It was
Yeah.
almost like a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
to them.
yeah, it was kind of like, ooh, we
Yeah,
secretly
like we all
love-
like this music. We think it's because these guys are super talented. Like,
Yeah.
and we'll get into that, I'm sure. But like, these guys weren't just kind of screwing around. They weren't like a hired boy band. Like they auditioned. Like these guys were super talented musicians.
Oh, yeah.
in their own right. Like, so they made like this was good music.
And evidence of their musicianship was like they played on a lot of other people's stuff too.
Well, and that's
right?
why I'm saying that. Once you get into some of these other bands and part of it, but yeah. These guys, some of them were on like 4,000 albums of like different, like they were anywhere from like Thriller to like Van Halen to like everything in between.
Yeah.
Like
I just think it's just really egotistical to have that kind of
well,
like.
I mean, it's like anything. Some people,
Some people
just
take
can't.
things very seriously.
yeah,
and they're
some
like,
people just like that. I mean, it's like imagine you're in the Backstreet Boys and you're like, hey, I'm not a boy band. Like, well,
yeah, but I mean, like,
Yeah, you
again,
are,
like it's getting
but-
you, it's getting you success, it's getting you whatever.
Yeah.
And I wish they wouldn't play them. If he's not going to embrace it, then
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, no,
give
It's
him
funny
the
though. I
dividends.
mean, he's not the only one. I was watching Rick Beato, a great YouTube channel, by the way.
yeah, actually, I was
And-
going to bring that up after.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm gonna wait.
No, it's fine. No.
Okay. Yeah, but I
Mine
mean,
melt.
sorry, but it was Rick Beato. He was a great YouTube channel. He was saying sort of the same thing as Fagan. He was like, it's demeaning to call these bands yacht rock. These are like super talented musicians. They know like all of the jazz chords and everything like that. And to diminish them is like not respecting their work,
Their talent, yeah.
and their talent.
And
But why? Just because of a name? Like, what makes the name Yacht Rock? I mean, obviously, because the connotation of how it
the
came
connotation of how it was created. I think that's the
Yeah.
that's
I
the
don't know.
crux of their issue with it.
But I think you said like they don't just fall in the yacht rock category. Like Kenny Loggins
Well,
has
and that-
plenty of non-yacht rock songs.
That's also part of it too.
Yeah.
Is that this is it's a very
it's like a
specific
subgenre.
Well, and not even a subgenre. It's a very specific time frame of their careers.
Yeah.
It's from like 76 to like 84 or something.
Yeah.
It's a very specific sort of window.
Exactly.
And it doesn't encompass every like these guys didn't all do
No.
No, because you'll see like even as yacht rock kind of died, these guys their careers evolved and they went on to do other things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where I think like Rick Beato and I think he did a great job of discussing this. But
Yeah.
is exactly that. It's like this is just a snippet of this of
Yeah.
the band's catalog that's being used as like a
Yeah.
And it's like a thing now. I mean, they have yacht rock radio.
and it's become a big thing.
It's a whole scene.
I think
Yeah.
the Steely Dan people just need to get over themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like anything. I mean, if you hear it enough, you're kind of like, oh my god,
Yeah.
like you get tired of hearing about it, I guess. But like
Yeah.
I said, I had not up until like again a couple of years ago, kind of hearing the term yacht rock.
Yeah.
I would never, I never heard of it.
No.
I'd heard all this music before, like hearing,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I didn't really think much of it, to be honest.
No, I think that's it. Maybe yacht rock just kind of makes people not take it seriously. And if you want to be taken like a serious position, then you take offense to the term.
Yeah, because you see these people showing up in captain's hats at
and we've heard like the Yacht Rock station on Sirius, right?
Yeah,
and the little announcer in between the songs is like, he talks that like annoying like millionaire voice, like welcome to Rat Rack.
Whatever.
Like,
I mean, but it's revitalizing probably lots of songs.
Well, they're all making
they're making coin off this too, right?
Yeah.
That's why Steely Dan shouldn't be making money. If you don't embrace it and you're going to say F you, then don't make money from it. Stop playing their music.
Give us your money.
Yeah, well, I'll
Donald Fagen
be part of Yacht Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but like for real, like you can't bitch about it and say you hate it, but then reap the rewards from it.
Well, I don't think it'd say, hey, stop playing our music. I don't know.
Well, they should. If they stand up for their beliefs, they should.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, I just get really annoyed at stuff like that. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Get over it. It's like 40 years ago.
All right.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, hey, the fact that people are still talking about your music and playing it, to me, that seems like a win. But whatever. Yeah.
All right. Scene 4.
Yeah.
This segment explores how Michael McDonald's influence transforms the Doobie Brothers, initially a rock band. They evolve into a smooth powerhouse with hits like Taking It to the Streets. The conflict within the band over this change adds drama.
Whoa. Yeah. No, because like I said, again, Michael McDonald you've definitely heard his voice, and anyone listening on the podcast and who knows who we're talking about, he has a very, very distinct sound.
I need you guys
and he
totally
plays the keyboards too, so that's sort of where that came from too. With his keyboards,
totally have to play that song for me now.
Taking It to the Streets. You need to do that one too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, these are all great, and that's the thing. Like, I think these are all great songs, and I happily listen to the Yacht Rock. Like, there's nothing better than this in the summer, the nice weather. Put on that station.
Well, you
it's absolutely a guilty pleasure.
Well, you can't help but sing too, because you usually know most of the words, even though you don't know.
And they're really, again, these are they're all really talented musicians, so they're great songs.
Yeah, exactly. People just hold them in a different regard, like other bands from like the 70s, that era, like like Led Zeppelin and like critically acclaimed rock bands and stuff. They're not held in the same kind of light as those bands.
They're looked at like kind of like a pop band, like you guys weren't serious musicians. You're making this like schlock rock, cheesy, like easy listening stuff, but it's catchy as hell. And these guys, like I said, they're all really talented musicians. Like when you go through the names of some of the bands. And the stuff they've done outside of these bands, or even with the bands.
So I have a weird question. I think I know the answer, but it's like whirring through my head. So like, so like the whole Yacht Rock thing, it came like, so when these artists were like recording these songs, they weren't like recording them to be yacht rock. It was like the yacht rock genre was kind of made after all these songs were already out there.
Yeah,
and it kind of was
they
like
were just kind of in the same sort of, it was kind of the style they were playing was like.
But it's not like now where you're a pop singer, you're doing pop music. It was like they just did their music, and then some of their songs were kind of fell into that.
Yeah, they were just kind of inspired, like sort of by jazz. They talk about, by like Stevie Wonder and
it's like
some of the Motown stuff, and like all that stuff kind of going on at the time. They kind of just took it all together and then infused it into
and then
style.
After the music was done, it sort of created this sub like genre of like yacht rock that was all clumped together.
Yeah, exactly.
I just wanted to understand that it wasn't set out to be yacht rock. It just kind of.
No. That was not by design that we're going to sound like this. It was just
no one was intentionally making music for
influences just kind of coming together.
Exactly. No one's making music for millionaires to listen to on their yachts.
No, exactly.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying. You don't have to be a millionaire to listen to this.
Thankfully, no.
No, everyone can enjoy yacht rock.
Right.
Look, whether you're on a $80 million yacht or a $400 paddle boat, live your life.
Whether you're floating on a
$2 raft,
$2 like pool noodle.
Yeah.
Anyone can enjoy it. That's the beauty of this music.
Live your life. Can we talk quickly about the fact that you guys were going to wear captain's hats today?
Oh, I was this close to buying a captain's hat to wear on this
Steely
podcast.
Dan really would have not liked you.
Yeah.
No.
Like if you happen to see this, what's up, Donald?
I don't like you. You guys are grumpy old men.
At least Donald.
Are you talking about Aaron guy? Or
yeah. Hold on. What are you talking about?
No, Steely Dan guy.
I know.
I mean, you guys are always grumpy old men, but he's like a grumpy old grandpa.
Oh, next level.
That's right.
He's probably
top tier grump.
He's probably grandpa age.
Oh,
I would think so. Yeah.
So you're a grumpy old grandpa. You probably sit on your lawn and yell at kids that like look at your grass weird.
Oh boy.
It bugs me. Like, just don't be rude and just embrace it. Like, you can't change it, so don't be a dick about it. Or else be a dick about it, but then be like, I don't want any of the money. Donate all the money you make from being on yacht rock stations to like something else.
Challenge.
I'm challenging you.
Gotten laid
Yeah.
for Donald Fagan.
Well, it's true.
Steely Dan.
It's true. Anyway, I gotta stop ranting about that. Okay, we have to take a quick little pause while we switch the camera, and I'm gonna listen to some music.
All right, let's do it.
We'll be right back.
After these messages.
We'll be right back.
Okay, so we're back from our little break, and I listened to that.
Taking it to the streets.
No, not that one. The
What a
first
Fool
one.
Believes?
What a Fool Believes. And I 100% know that song. When the camera stopped, Eric got brave and sang like 2 words of it. As soon as he did, I was like, I know that song. And then you played it.
Yeah.
But that's a good song.
Yeah. They're catchy tunes. Yeah.
It's a bop.
Yeah.
They wanted to play me Steely Dan, but I said no Steely Dan in my world.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, boycott for Steely Dan here.
Boycott for Steely Dan. Hopefully I didn't like any of their songs.
I'm sure you do. They have a ton of good songs.
Shit. Okay, anyway, maybe in the privacy of my own home, nobody will know. Okay, next scene. You ready? I feel like this is a shift in the universe. Somebody's stomach just made noises.
That was me.
All right, the mid-series episodes explore Yacht Rock's commercial zenith with hits like Africa by Toto and Ride Like the Wind by Christopher Cross. It humorously depicts how artists like Hall & Oates lean into the style for success despite their reluctance. See, I don't even know the details of that, but just seeing that Hall & Oates might have been like, oh my God, this is embarrassing, but you know what? Let's ride the wave.
Well, because they had a little bit of the keyboard sort of style of sound, but that was kind of it. So they're definitely not considered like...
Oh, they're not real?
No, they're not considered like really yacht rock, no.
Because they're not really croony.
No, they were like blue-eyed soul.
Oh my God.
They're like soul singers, yeah, no, but they're not considered like
I
yacht
thought
rock.
they were
at all.
like pop.
Well, they're like pop, yeah, but they're not considered like part of the yacht rock world.
This is where Yacht Rock is very dialed in. It's a very specific sound.
Yeah.
So is Africa Yacht Rock?
I think so.
It's kind of towards the end of it because that's like
I know that song.
Toto kind of got in there and started doing the same kind of sounds and songs. That same sort of style.
I feel like I know the song "Ride Like the Wind" by Christopher Cross.
Christopher Cross was like huge in the yacht rock world because he came out like his first album won like 5 Grammys. I think it was like
it was absolutely insane.
Is it all because of Yacht Rock?
Yeah, it was that style. Yeah, it was huge, and he ended up because the number. Yeah, he won 5 Grammys. It wasn't until Billie Eilish. Her first Grammys, she won like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the most Grammys for like the first time artist or something like that.
I had no idea Billie Eilish was that popular.
Imagine the sophomore jinx he had, like trying to live up to that album.
Basically, they talked about that. He had real trouble trying to. And then a lot of these guys too, like the one thing we didn't kind of touch on is that like the whole yacht rock thing was just before MTV kind of launched.
Yeah.
There's a segue to that.
Okay, so that's the thing too. With a lot of these guys, they sounded good. Maybe didn't have quite the looks for that.
That's next chapter.
MTV
yeah,
world,
that's our poor Christopher Cross there. Yeah.
So like Hall & Oates, so I'm guessing based on what this wrote out to me, I don't remember in the documentary specifically, but like obviously some of the tidbits of Hall & Oates were yacht rocky, so people might have kind of said they had some yacht rocky songs or sounds, and Hall & Oates was like, no, we don't want to, but then they're like, hey, wait a minute, let's just ride this rave.
Well, if you listen to like Kiss on My List, where it's like starts with like the pianos and stuff, it's got the keyboard.
That's how you do it.
That's kind of got that little bit of
They've actually mentioned this, that the keyboard part from What a Fool Believes, there's a lot of songs that use a very similar sounding keyboard part.
Yeah, that's sort of the same chord progressions or whatever.
Same with the Hall & Oates song you just mentioned.
And they mentioned that it's kind of in that same vein. So there's like a tinge of yacht rock.
But they took advantage of it.
Yeah.
For one song at least, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's how you do it. You embrace it.
Talent borrows, genius steals.
Well, I mean, again, not going to mention them, but that's how you do it. You just embrace it and go with it, okay?
Hey. Yeah, whatever works, yeah.
All right, are we on to the next scene?
Yes.
Yeah.
The decline of the genre.
Dun, dun, dun.
As the 1980s progressed, the series highlights the decline of yacht rock, the rise of MTV, and new wave music pushes smooth rock off the charts.
That's right.
Artists are shown grappling with their fading relevance.
Relevance.
Yeah.
I was just like, with Michael McDonald stubbornly refusing to let go of his sound. Oh my God, I love how they write that.
That's hilarious. That's so dramatic. Stubbornly refusing to let go of his sound.
I started laughing because I'm like, artists are shown grappling with their fading relevance.
Well, I mean, it's true, right? Like MTV came out and suddenly like the visual was as important as the music was.
Yeah.
Or more important in some cases.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like how you looked was just as important as how you sounded. And
exactly.
A lot of these bands.
Here's where it's shitty for like Christopher Cross, like, good musician and stuff, but the look wasn't really there for MTV.
He kind of just looked like a regular guy.
Like a regular dude.
Oh, so they didn't have all these. Never mind. I feel like you're going to laugh. Excuse me, laugh at me. I'd hiccup.
Okay. Well, nothing about the hiccup, but what else are you going to say?
Because I was, never mind. I feel like the light bulb just went off. But like these songs, like this was before music video time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
MTV.
they're
So they don't have
very,
music
very,
videos?
some do, some don't.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, no. Like music videos were kind of really new back then. And
Yeah, MTV launched like early 80s, and all of these bands, like this is like 77 to 84 is Yacht Rock, more or
yeah,
less.
like there's a video for like Africa.
right.
It's a
Yeah.
terrible video.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a video for like Africa has a video, a couple, but most of these songs I don't like. Most of these
Okay.
songs don't have videos.
I didn't
No.
make that connection till right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But then
and
it was
that's-
like, I was definitely not the smooth rock genre when MTV hit.
No, well, that was the problem. That like, these songs are really popular on the radio, but once people kind of saw what these guys look like and stuff, is like and compared to like Michael Jackson and all this stuff, it's like it's.
Well, then you had
know.
all like the hair bands and like stuff
Well,
like
that's
that.
a little later on, but but these guys weren't, they weren't sitting dancing and
No.
they were just session. Like most of these guys were like session musicians that started these bands, so they were just kind of behind the scenes like players,
Yeah.
not gonna be like
Yeah.
MTV rock stars.
Like the guitarist from Toto, he was he played on Michael Jackson's Thriller album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and all those guys did. Like a bunch of them worked on it. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones from the videos they were talking about. Yeah, they worked on all sorts of like famous songs.
Fancy.
Yeah, so they were session musicians. Like so they're really really talented musicians, but they weren't like ever gonna kind of be the face of like rock and roll.
No, exactly. And like this is the time where some of these guys they transition into like a new part of their career, right? When Yacht Rock starts to die.
Like Kenny Loggins.
Like Kenny Loggins.
Yeah.
What does he do next?
Great song he made though.
Yeah,
Footloose.
But he goes into soundtracks like
Yeah.
Footloose, Top Gun,
Yeah.
What song did he do for Top Gun?
Danger Zone.
Danger-
Shut
yeah.
up. I love Kenny Loggins. I use Danger
No, he had
Zone.
some. Yeah, like in those like 80s and stuff, he was huge. But
Yeah.
again, in soundtracks, you don't have to see his face.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
You
It's
know.
like he wasn't going on tour.
No,
Maybe
he
did.
was,
I
but
don't know.
no, but I'm saying, but yeah, like the music video was,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
video
yeah.
is based around the movie and stuff
Yeah.
like that, right? So it was a
Yeah.
good way
Oh
to
my
get your songs
gosh.
out there.
Did he sing another song I would know? I use Danger.
I'm All Right from Caddyshack.
Yeah,
Another great
Caddyshack.
song.
I refuse to ever watch Caddyshack, the worst movie ever. We should
Greatest
do a
movie
frickin-
ever.
You guys should make
Yep.
me watch that and do a podcast on that piece of shit.
Oof.
Whoa.
Well, that attitude.
I love the idea of doing a
I will
Caddyshack
be
podcast.
angry. Because it's not even the movie. I just loathe Dangery. What's his name?
Rodney Dangerfield? The movie also has Bill
loathe
Murray.
him. And I don't loathe him as much as Rodney Dangerfield, but I loathe him. I'm not even going to say
What
R.I.P.
about Brian Doyle Murray? Everyone loves Brian Doyle Murray. Chevy
The
Chase.
equally talented older brother.
When did
Yeah.
that movie come out?
Oh, like 80.
I think it was 1980.
Was
Oh,
it
that's
80?
Gen X
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Should we do that? Should you make me watch? Oh, I'm
We
going to
should.
be so
yeah.
angry.
It's such a good movie.
Oh my God. Caddyshack podcast on the way.
Yes.
Ugh. If you don't want to hear me bitching for an hour, then don't listen. But, ooh.
Kelly knows how to sell it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, maybe people do because, but Rodney Dangerfield, we have a fun story about Rodney Dangerfield too. Not really.
we do?
Well, no, the whole story about like when he died.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he died. That's funny.
Anyway, it's fine. But we'll do a podcast on it maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, yeah, so that's another song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenny Loggins, had a whole bunch of like hits from like movies and stuff.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I need to add Kenny Loggins to my
I know.
playlist.
And it's slipping my mind, but Michael McDonald, he did the soundtrack for a Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines movie.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Harlem Nights, was that it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But there's a music video where he's like playing the keyboards and it's got like Gregory Hines and Billy Crystal dancing in the
It's like
background.
scenes from like the movie.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, exactly.
But that's sort of a bunch of these guys went that way.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
like-
but like Kenny Loggins probably makes a shit ton of money for being on those soundtracks.
Oh,
no
for
problem.
God's
I mean, we
sakes.
still tours and stuff
That's
like
what
that.
I mean.
Yeah.
Like he probably I mean, I'd go see him just to hear that Footloose song.
Well, that's a lot of people do. Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
can get you up out of a bad mood than having Footloose cranked
Well,
on the
imagine that, and
radio.
you get a little yacht rock mix in there too. It's a perfect night.
What a night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Are we on ready for the next scene?
Yes.
This one, I'm going to read the title. Redemption and Legacy.
That sounds like a hell of a title.
It does.
This is a big scene. I'm ready for it.
In the final episodes, Yacht Rock gains a second win in the 2000s. Nostalgia fuels a renewed appreciation for the genre, culminating in the coining of the term Yacht Rock by the creators themselves. This series wraps with a humorous take on how artists are now celebrated as icons.
It's true. It kind of came full circle. Where
Yeah.
they were like, they
People
were
made a
super
joke of
popular. Then they kind of became like lame in the 80s.
And now it's cool again.
And then the 90s, like, again, time like sort of the big one was the Regulator song, right? Where they sample Michael McDonald and stuff. that was that was a huge the whole like G-funk West Coast. It was all like that. Their music with hip hop to it.
You guys said that you want to have a Yacht Rock party this summer.
I do.
Absolutely,
totally. Yeah. And actually in the documentary they showed Yacht Rock parties.
Yeah.
Like it's events that people have, and I think I'm gonna go to one.
Yeah, I'm
gonna find one and go.
I want to go. They were showing there was a concert. The band was called Yachtly Crew.
Oh my god!
Right, which I'm guessing
that's hilarious.
Just does must do like covers of yacht rock. I'm guessing.
So before we talk about the closing narration, what elements would there have to be to make it a yacht rock party?
Oh, I think captain's hats, ascots,
like water.
Water?
No,
like water that you swim in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now you guess. I mean, I guess
doesn't have to be.
No. I thought you meant like water for drinking. I'm like,
that's what I was confused too.
I'm
like,
just
you
like
a lake to swim in.
No, because it's called Yacht Rock, so like yacht boat.
Well, I mean,
water.
ideally you'd be on a yacht, but
okay,
let's be realistic.
Eric, you better find some really rich friends. You said you wanted to go to a real yacht.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you can just do it in someone's backyard or in the basement. It doesn't have to be anywhere. It's the vibe.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, what are the elements to set the vibe?
Well, it's a whole lot of yacht rock music and booze, I think.
Exactly.
Some drinks, you get some captain's hats.
Like you need to be dressed like,
Well, you can add to the,
I think it's
if
more
you want
about
to lean into the whole.
What kind of food do you think would be at a yacht rock party?
Lots of appetizers, I'd say.
Like caviar.
Might be a little. I don't know. That's kind of getting a little.
Maybe like pigs in a blanket.
Yeah.
Oh, so like we're pretending we're fancy, but not fancy appetizers?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Caviar would not be high on the list, I think, of things to eat at a yacht rock concert.
No. I think it's more about the vibe you bring to the party.
It's more about the music's gonna make it. Yeah.
You gotta have a willingness to like bop your head and shake your hips a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The
music's getting up dancing.
Exactly.
Little bass lines and stuff. It's,
exactly.
I just
get on your feet.
I'm just trying to set the vibe for this party that you're having this summer.
The Yacht Rock Party 2025. Get ready.
Yeah.
That's right. It'll be good.
Yep.
Am I invited?
I don't know. You have to watch the documentary.
And
the way you've been dumping on poor Donald Fagen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all have to admit he's a whiny bitch.
Steely Dan will be played.
Yeah, there will be Steely Dan played.
Well, but the thing is, I won't even know.
That's true.
That's valid. We could tell you this is Kenny Loggins, and you'd be like, "Oh, Kenny Loggins is great."
So great. Yeah, that's amazing.
Unless I did I can't say the word because all our phones are going to be. But unless I did the SIRI.
Oh, you could do like Shazam or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't know because I'm terrible. Like I didn't even know Kenny Loggins sang the Danger Zone song, but I love that song.
No,
it's a great tune.
After we're done with this episode, I'm gonna go home and 100% listen to some Yacht Rock. I think.
No, it's such a it's great music. It really is.
But wait, we have a closing narration.
Oh, wait. Okay. After Redemption, what's next?
The closing narration is called Smooth Sailing Forever.
Okay.
The series ends with the narrator summarizing yacht rock's legacy, a genre once dismissed as cheesy soft rock but now revered as the soundtrack of smooth living. The final moments are underscored by Sailing by Christopher Cross,
great
leaving
tune.
listeners with a breezy sense of nostalgia.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh my God.
Is that the Sailing? That
Takes
song?
me away.
Yeah.
I know that song.
Yeah. And
that
oh
song
my
was
God.
huge.
Christopher Cross, same thing. He went into soundtracks as well, remember?
Yeah, how
What
you
did he
forget
do?
Dudley from Arthur.
I know.
And Arthur 2 on the
Yeah.
Rocks?
I don't, is it just called Between New York Moon and New York City?
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's
Do I
the name.
know the song?
Oh, yeah. You 100% know this song, too.
Yeah.
Sing it.
It's the, if you get caught between the moon and New York City.
The best that you can do is fall in love.
Yeah, no, I might have to
No,
listen
you
to
would.
that
You know that song.
Not the way you sing it.
No,
We
I
even
know.
did a little duet there, a little harmony. Hear that?
right,
We had
yeah.
some
Look,
harmony
you guys
going.
could be the next yacht rock band.
We could be.
Oh, I think we could definitely do that.
We should do a Loggins and Messina cover band. And then you could drop me and go find Michael McDonald.
I think it's just interesting, kind of like, basically from my understanding of how this whole like genre came. But I just think it's interesting the power of just like, two people who just started to like kind of make fun of but enjoyed the music, like.
No, that's
set the course for this whole I know I'm calling it a subgenre because it was like a genre kind of made up after songs were done.
Yeah.
Like a subgenre that became widely popular and then died, and then the fact that it's like bringing back life to it.
Oh yeah,
cool.
no, and that's the thing. Like, it's just funny because these songs were huge when they came. Like again, Christopher Cross won 5 Grammys. Like, these songs were huge when they came out. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not trying to, but like.
Yeah,
These weren't like rinky-dink kind of little songs that no one listened to. Like, they were massive hits.
No, exactly.
And then they kind of, like anything, you kind of just fade out. And then, it's funny that these, guys that kind of listened to it when they were kids or whatever,
Yeah, and I don't think they're coming from a place of malice or like ill intent.
No, I think they were all fans.
I think they're all fans.
Kinda, having fun of like how these guys,
Well, it's kind of like how we make fun of when we did that podcast of, I don't even know, maybe it was like Bon Jovi, and we ended up talking about other like hair bands, like the whole like cheesy hair band, like when, when they like...
well, that's
the cheesy stuff where like we love the music because it's like you can't help but like it, but like we make fun of them.
Well, no, and like if you went up to like Axl Rose and said, "Hey man, Guns N' Roses is my favorite hair band in the world," he'd probably punch you in the face.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
he has issues.
Well, no, but he's going to be like, "We aren't hair metal," and I don't think they really were, but they came up in that time, and there's a lot of bands that were like, "We weren't hair metal." It's like, well,
no,
but it's the same thing. It's like,
I don't know if
it's not meant to be like a derogatory slam against bands. It's just kind of that like mid 80s to like early 90s rock music.
When the like
and the styles of what they wear and
when
dress
the
like.
Artists would have like the long cheesy hair and they'd wear the eye makeup and they'd have like
like Poison or Cinderella.
But see, honestly, I don't think Guns N' Roses is a hair band. Like
no, I wouldn't. But I'm just saying. But they came out in the sort of the
came up in the tail end.
Yeah.
Like if you look at like the Welcome to the Jungle video, their hair's all teased up and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So it's like, well, in that one video, and it's like, well, we did more than so they might. They could either say, hey, whatever, cool, we appreciate it, or like...
their look was totally different once you get into, like, Use Your Illusion and, into the 90s, right?
And that's sort of, like, Rick Beato's argument is, like, because of you... If you were to classify them as hair metal because of Welcome to the Jungle, it's like, well, no, but look, they have, like, 15 other videos where there's nothing at all
they
like that.
They were hair metal in that year that music came out.
Yeah, but that's what I'm just kind of getting at, like, yacht rock, hair metal, these were massive...
Well, that's my point. But that's my point. Like, they're massive brands that, like, we kind of giggle and say, oh, my gosh, look at the teased hair and the, like, bad eyeliner on that hairband guy. Yeah. But we have it on our playlist and listen to it and rock out.
Right? Exactly,
So it's, like, not, like you said, it's not like we're, like, being, like, people are like, these guys suck. It's like, no, like, they're great and cheesy and, like,
Yeah. I think guilty pleasure is, like, the best way to describe it, right? Because, like, I would listen to Yacht Rock. I probably wouldn't tell anybody I'm listening to Yacht Rock.
But the thing nowadays, you're like, now it'd be like, that's cool. Well, like, remember Africa, how huge that song got again? Like,
Weezer did a cover of it. Yeah.
Well, and that was all because of the internet.
Yeah.
Like, that song became huge again for those guys. Like, it's crazy. Like, this, kind of, I mean, it was huge in the 80s, but, not everyone's sort of talking about Toto and stuff like that. But all of a sudden, it just kind of
popped back up again.
Blew up into this whole thing again.
Funny. Is that a group, Toto?
Yeah.
It's a really funny name.
Yeah.
Isn't that the Wizard of Oz dog?
Yeah.
Damn, I don't like that. Wait a minute, I just clued in. Is that why they're named that?
I assume
I'm guessing so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like to.
But that's the thing. And that's the thing, too, and we kind of didn't really talk about it much, but, like, and that's sort of what the guys who did the whole Yacht Rock series making fun of it originally was kind of, that's their whole bit of the skit is that the same producers and singers, like, it's like Steely Dan, Michael McDonald, the Doobie Brothers, they're all interconnected too with like guys playing together.
Yeah.
You had the three Porcaro brothers in the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
Right? And they were playing sessions, so like they're all interconnected to these bands in a very strange way.
Yeah.
With like the same producers and stuff like that. So it's this weird sort of 5 or 6 band kind of dichotomy.
But that's why they all kind of sound the same background.
Well, that's exactly
sound,
it
right?
too. That's why they have all these similarities and stuff like that. So that was part of why they were kind of making fun of it too. Again, and there's a famous skit of from SCTV.
Rick Moranis
is playing Michael McDonald, and it's him just basically running from studio to studio to record his vocals on somebody else's tracks.
Yeah, but it's kind of the same thing, like, maybe not really the same thing, but it's kind of, it is the same.
Listening.
No, I listen.
Please take a pause. That's a hilarious sketch, by the way.
But I never saw the sketch, but
Shout
I
out to Martin
understood
Short, good Canadian boy.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like the same thing of like the boy band era. It was like, I mean, the top boy bands in the world had the exact same producer.
Yeah, even it was, you had Maurice Starr in the 80s, you had Lou Pearlman in the 90s.
Yeah, and like that's why all the boy bands sounded the same-ish.
They had all like that's the whole, but we didn't really, I remember, what was it? Was it Max Martin?
Yeah.
Or some of the others in this guys out of Sweden or whatever, Switzerland, all those music producers. I think it was Max Martin.
Yeah.
But that's why a ton of those guys.
But that's why they all have the same sound.
Yeah.
Right? And that's just what it is. Like, it's like, even I'm sure the like, rock bands or the hair bands in the 80s, they were probably all mixed in, and that's why they sounded.
Certain producers like Rick Rubin, or I'm trying to think of some of the Mutt Lange doing like Shania Twain and some of those in the 90s and stuff like that.
Mutt Lange, I forgot about him.
Ted Temperton, his name popped up in this documentary.
Yeah, he was in a bunch because he did Thriller and stuff too.
Yeah.
He was,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, it's just, I don't know.
I just think, Yacht Rock is fun. It's harmless. It is good music again. And I will, it's catchy as hell. The guys are super talented.
Yeah.
But it is cheesy. It's fun. It's lighthearted.
It's good music to listen to in the summer if you're having some drinks with the friends.
It's perfect for the summer.
Exactly.
I think
summer evening, summer breeze.
I think
Can't beat it.
is that a Yacht Rock song?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the Summer Breeze by Seals and Croft, right?
Yeah. Holy crap.
That's kind of like
I feel like I lost my train of thought. Son of a bitch.
And Killer's Derailed.
Yacht Rock just takes away your
No,
care.
Exactly.
I was going to say something. It's like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's totally out of my brain now. But, okay. Anyway.
Is it blowing through the jasmine of your mind?
I don't know. Now I have that Summer Breeze song in my head.
That's a lyric from Summer Breeze.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
But I just, Yacht Rock's kind of fun. I think
it is. It's just a fun genre. Again, if you want to get bent out of shape, look on Yacht Rock. I understand why people may not appreciate it, but in my opinion, embrace it.
Well, if you don't
have fun with it.
I guess my opinion is if you don't like it, bitch about it behind your closed doors at home, but then embrace the fact that it's giving you
Well,
life.
I mean, the fact that you have like people like, kids, 20s or younger, talking about bands like who give a shit about Toto in Africa.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yacht Rock, for that. Because if it wasn't for Yacht Rock, they would probably not be listening to it.
I think I need to go back and listen to these songs and listen to the lyrics.
Yeah. It's good stuff. And listen. The music itself is just...
No, the music's good.
It's really good,
But I just mean like the lyrics themselves, because you said they're kind of just like talking about their feelings. And
a lot of it's about, unrequited love and breakup
all that
and
stuff.
heartbreak and loss.
The fish that got away, all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, but it's not about like girls' boobs and stuff.
No, that's what I say. It's not like
it's not hair band.
No, it's not about getting laid and like.
It's not party rock. Yeah.
Party rocking in the.
Yeah, like Van Halen, early Van Halen was not Yacht Rock.
No, not at all.
Diamond Dave, not Yacht Rock.
No.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's it for our Yacht Rock discussion. I need to go listen to some now.
Yeah, and if you have not seen the documentary, go check it out. Yacht Rock. It's on HBO Max in the States, Crave up here in Canada. It is a fantastic watch.
Here is a question that you can answer in the comments below.
Answer me these questions 3.
What is your favorite Yacht Rock song?
Oh, good. Yeah, let us know.
Let us know. In the comments.
Do you guys have one? Pick one. Quick. You have to pick one. First one that comes to your head. Oh, you guys suck at this game.
Yeah.
Too many to mention.
I know.
I'm going to mention the one you played for me because that's a really good song.
Which one?
The first one. I forget the name already. The duet.
I'm going to say Taking It to the Streets because we listen
to a good tune.
That's just catchy as hell.
I'm throwing Christopher Cross out there, some Sailing.
Oh, that's a good song too. But the duet one. The Loggins and whatever.
What a Fool.
What a Fool Believes.
That's a good tune. Anyway, comment below. Let us know your favorite Yacht Rock song. But that is it for today's video podcast. We thank you so very much for watching and listening. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Take care, everybody. See you in the next one.
Take it to the streets, people.
Or the sheets.
Whoa, take it to the sheets.
Hey, like you said, a lot of Gen X babies might have been conceived to Yacht Rock. Not polka music, Eric.
Don't think about it.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.